Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Senjmana Jean-Pierre. I would like to welcome you in this meeting. In this meeting, we are going to talk about exchange rate. We are also going to talk about trade barriers. We will also be talking about resources. Without hesitating, let's start by talking about the exchange rate. Exchange rate is the value of the currency in the exchange with the currency of other countries. The types of exchange rate are three. The first one is the floating exchange rate. The floating exchange rate is the rise and the fall of exchange depending on the foreign exchange market. The second one is the restricted currency. Under the restricted currency, the government set the value of the currency the of the given country depending on how it's on how limited on its currency. The third one is the currency peg. Under the currency peg, the value of a given country's currency, which is pegged to the other country's currency, remain in the same range of the value. So let's talk about the factors that influence the exchange rate depending on the relationship of the countries involved in exchange. There is difference in inflation. The country with the country which has the higher inflation, it increase the value of it decrease the value of of its currency, which with when a country has the lower inflation rate, their currency gets the higher value. So the second one is the strong in economic performance. Uh, the the strong economic performance of the country more it attracts more foreign investors due to the stability of its currency value and the increase in the exchange rate. The public debt is the third one. The higher the public debt, the government has more low earning of the price of export and the more earning and the more printing money, which led to the inflation. This higher rate of inflation will cause lower rate of exchange. Let us talk about the trade barriers. The trade barriers are the policies that are taken by the different countries on the purpose of restricting the importation of goods and services from other countries. Let us see the types of trade barriers. There is natural trade barriers. In natural trade barriers, there is distance between countries. Let's take an example. It will be for the Acme to take the product from America and send it in France, which is located in Europe, because there is a long distance between America and France. Also, there is the language barriers. An example, people from America speaks English, and then people from France, they always use France. There will be some challenge of difficulties in language to the Acme company. So there is non-tariff barriers. Non-tariff barriers are the taxes imposed are the taxes imposed on the goods and services from other countries. These are imposed to limit the number of import of commodities and services from other countries. There is also the importance of trade barriers. The first one, it reduced the unemployment in the country by reducing the importation of cheap labors from other countries. The second one is reducing the deficit by decrease in demand of importation by protecting the domestic industries from the competition with the industries from other countries. So what are the resources? What is the resources? Resources are all kinds that are needed by the company or the firm to provide goods and services. There are three types of resources. There is financial resources. Financial resources are that money that are being used by the firm or the company to provide goods or services. There is also human resources. Those are the employees that are being used by the firm or the company to provide goods and services. There is also material resources. Material resources are those resources that are needed to provide goods and services. Thank you for paying attention for this video.